think we're live. So, I'm going to do a quick jump in to my base. It's taken a long time to build, and I have completely destroyed my frame rate building it. So, let's get into it and have a look. Right here, this is just a lighthouse that I built outside my base, and there's a look at the base from a little bit of a distance there, but we'll sail in and we'll do the tour. Bit of a way down to get out. Here we go. Seems a little bit choppy. And let's see if I can get into my dock without completely smashing it. All my dogs. Neither is a guarantee. Yeah, let's slow that down a bit. I suspect we're going to take some damage as we get in here, but never mind, I can repair afterwards. That's absolutely fine. So this is my dock. For those that I've played on the Bearded's Valheim server, they should recognise the design. I'm stuck on this. Can you get through? Go on, you can do it. Get through. Oh, let me out. That's what happens after Don't do that. This is going horribly wrong. This is fine. This is fine. Let's try again. Let's see if I can get through. Otherwise, I'm just going to abandon the boat outside the port. We'll take a walk in anyway. Oh well, I'm just going to abandon the boat there. Good enough. Anyway, so this is the port. You can see it's a little bit tight on space, but I had to build the doors to stop the grey dwarfs and greylings getting in. So as you can see, I have been to the Ashlands, and hence things like the stone portal there. Just coming out of the port, I have my refinery area, so this is where all my refining gets done. Fabulous space for knocking out flame metal or black metal, my normal smelters, my charcoal kilns, some lights and a little bit of cover, so even whilst you're smelting you can have some comfort. Of course I've timed this badly as it starts to turn night. Anyway, well, we'll do what we can. Let's turn some light on, shall we? There we go. As you may already be able to tell, the frame rate is starting to suffer and stutter, but this is my main world base, and my frame rate is really dying here. So this is my farm area. As you can see, it's fairly extensive. Could do with a bit more work and love and all honesty just to flatten this out, but I've never quite got around to getting back to it. And here is the front entrance to my main base. As you can probably tell, it's a little bit over the top, but I don't do things by halves. We'll come in, we'll shut the door just in case anything spawns in. So we have my main entrance hall here. I don't know whether you can just about hear the music in the background. This was actually built over a pre-existing fueling tower, so hence as you walk in you get the slightly ominous music. And obviously all of the bosses that I've killed a second time. The extra Ashland serpent is there just as a bit of a placeholder. All the rest have been killed an extra time so that I could hang them on my personal wall. So I'll go around as I sort of take you on this tour. So this is a storage area that I built because I just ran out of storage space for anything anywhere else. And as you can see, I've got a good few empty chests there, but quite a lot of them are in use. Just do a quick check, haven't we? Fine. And through here we have the approach to my main kitchen area, and sometimes you need to do some baking. So I've got a dozen ovens ready for that in case I ever need to do any serious baking, and obviously a few fermenters there. Nothing currently brewing, but that's because I've got plenty of potions and whatever else tucked away. It's my main food area, as you can see. Dad jokes as part of the signage in places. And above the kitchen we have the bar, any fort's most important area. Again, I pre-warn you about the dad jokes in this place, but I am a man of a certain age, so obviously please leave your arms at the door. Hungry? Food available. Lots of menu choices. Live music and clubbing. And be respectful. No trolling the staff. So we've got plenty of tables. Obviously a few people have left their coats behind and clearly gone off after a few. We have our main bar area, the circular design. It took so long to build this, it was far more difficult than it should have been. And obviously we have a stock of potions hidden in the bar as required. There we go. You get to look out over the battlements. Can't see very much because it's night time, but you can see I've got a fairly extensive barley field in the grounds there. And as we go for a wander, you can see portals. Lots of portals. And if I go up here, if I can get him to walk up the stairs, we have more portals, because it's a big world and you need a lot of portals in this world. Go down the stairs. Okay, so as we exit out of the bar, away from the kitchen, we're going to take the approach into the main throne room. Although the weather's fairly awful, but you can see the outside grounds, garden area, and this is the inside of the main keep, if you want. This is where obviously I'm keeping some of the more valuable stuff, my beehives, a few captured deers. You alright there? Yeah? No? I'm sure he's happy enough. He's just alarmed at being online, I think. Over there, that's my main banquet hall. We'll take one through that in a little bit. But into the throne room. And more portals. This was nicely tidied up until the point I went into the Ashlands. Clearly I needed a lot more portals once I went into the ashlands. So there we go. You can sit there looking bored as people come and asking for favours, money, whatever else. So into the bedroom, double stairway leading up to the main staircase. So this is the bedroom. I had to put the rug just there, just to be able to tell me where the maximum comfort spot was. It would be a little bit higher, obviously, if I had my hot tub running. Not that you can see much, but yeah, we've got some nice windows. Plenty of gold, obviously, from raiding dungeons all over the world. Now I've got my outdoors area. This is obviously where my Viking would be taking his breakfast and morning coffee. Again, you can sort of get a sense of what's happening, but I don't think we're going to see much given it's night time and raining. So I think what we'll do, we'll take a sleep and we'll have a look around in daylight. And why is it just flashed up as a window? That's very odd. What's it doing? Settings. Graphics. Full screen. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Right. Morning has broken, apparently, so we'll do the rest of the tour. Out through the throne room and into the forge area. Again, more portals crammed and stuffed into every nook and cranny. It's my forge area. Forging resources. Black Forge, of course, arsene table, gilder table, workbenches, and more resources. Probably of no great surprise, but another portable room up here. And here we go, just perhaps a slightly better view of what you can see outside now. So that's, in all honesty, the main part of the base in terms of the living area. There's a couple other things to show. So obviously this is where I produce my ITA. It's a completely enclosed ITA refinery, so nothing gets out of there. And some resources to turn into ITA if required. So that's where I've been setting up portals in preparation for the ashlands. I've got a couple of forts I'm going to take over at some point. More black metal storage. And then we're starting to get into the emptier part of the base. So this is the ground floor of just one of the towers. And various offshoots, rooms, and various things that I've built but never got round to expanding on, but we'll take a quick trip to the top of this particular tower. Of course. So I think one of the updates has meant that you actually have to roll up stairs, so you can walk down these stairs, but sort of coming up the stairs there's actually less headroom than there was about a month ago due to one of the updates. So you can see my stone boundary that's been built up there that just cuts off the main base from the swamp area over there. There's another another problem. Because the base is so large, sometimes I end up just randomly losing flooring in the base. So that's another problem with having a base this size. It doesn't always hold together as it should. But now we're at the top of this particular tower. Sometimes at night I can just sort of sit here and ping the... let's give it a go. Let's see if we can take something out, shall we? Well, I've got something there. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Can we take out some of those leeches? Let's give it a go, shall we? I think that was the lightning damage that did that. I don't think that was particularly good shooting on my part, but there we go. There we go. We can see some of the slightly intricate roof work to get some of these towers covered. I'll speed this bit up a little because there isn't a huge amount to see in terms of living space, but again, you just get a sense of how over the top this place is. Another hole in the floor or the ceiling there. I think this area is, yeah, this is the dormitories. In my mind's eye, I imagined having hundreds of troops, fellow Vikings stationed here. So that's why we've got these rooms with all these beds here. So this is getting up towards the front of the base now, and there you can see the refinery area again. This takes us through back to the main entrance. The only last part of the base to show you is through here. In the very centre of my base, I have my banquet hall. Shut the door so the deer don't escape. You boys all alright? Boys and girls? No, they're all hiding. That's fine. That's fine. So into the banquet hall. So, this banquet hall, obviously, if the game could cope with it, would seat around 200. I think I counted slightly over 200 seats for feasting. At some point in the future, I will get round to covering the tables and food and drink. For the time being, I think everyone can sort of sit quietly and patiently as their lord and master eats and drinks his own feast. And up the top, we've got the chandelier made of certain trophies, as you can see. And you can see how I've constructed this without the need for internal support, with the use of a lot of iron caging. And that's about it. As you can see from the frame rate, usually the frame rate hovers between 5 and 6 frames per second while I'm in this base, which is a little bit jarring, but fortunately generally I only come back to sleep, repair weapons, craft foods before heading out on the next adventure. But that is it. Well, I say that. I guess there's one other thing I can show at a distance. So I've got a lookout post over here when it renders in. There we go. So the idea here being that if there were invading hordes of enemy Vikings or whatever, then you'd have sentries posted at the outposts to be able to raise the alarm. And obviously this is where all of the barley is converted to flour. And back into the kitchen to dump the flour off. Teleportation does take some time with the amount of information about the base the game's having to process. So there we go. No, don't do that. Do that. There we go. Place stacks. Here we go. Just a few fish captured there, and all of those were pretty much washed up on the shoreline, so I don't think I've ever done any fishing. It's all just stuff that's washed up. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed having a quick look through my ridiculously over-the-top base, and there we go. That's it. Farewell.